to another episode of The Story So Far. As you can see, we have a special guest in studio with us this evening.
We're calling this the Blast from the Past episode.
Blast from the past. We've been working on trying to get Steven back on to do another episode for quite some time. We finally got him this evening. So, welcome to the show, folks. I'm Aaron, your host, as always.
And I'm Steven.
So, how's it been?
Well, you know, it's been a change of employment, and things seem to be going fairly well for given the situations. But yeah, I'm plugging along.
That's what we're hoping.
Good.
So,
Good
job. Well, you know, since you haven't been on the show for a while, I'll let you go ahead and kick things off.
Okay.
So,
All that matters is the Eagles won, the Giants lost.
yeah, well, you know,
Oh, and Dallas lost too.
that's what really matters.
Yeah, that's what really matters.
Bad thing is that the Cowboys have won more games than the Giants this year.
Oh, I feel bad for you too,
I
man.
know.
I think the Redskins have almost won more than you too, right?
No, we're ahead of the Redskins.
Are you?
We're at least 2 games ahead of them.
All right.
And so, still got, 3 games to go? 2 to 3 games to go. So, the Giants could possibly pull out a halfway decent season, but they're not going to get on the winning side. So, that sucks. Well, it'll be
Sucks for
interesting.
you, buddy.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the off season. I know with the Redskins, Shanahan is already talking like he may not be there next year.
I know he pulled RG3.
RG3's out for the rest of the season. Which,
What's his face?
Cousins.
Yeah, Mark Cousins.
And honestly, I think that's a pretty good move on his part, because why do you want to get your starting quarterback hurt in games that aren't going to matter for the rest of your season? Also, on the other hand, I think it's a good idea, because then it gives your backup some actual starting games, be able to go in and play and get him some experience.
Yep.
I mean, how often have you heard of Cousins coming into the game? Not very often this season.
No.
So, also, Houston fired Gary Kubiak before the end of the season. So I thought that was kind of a drastic measure. I think they should have just let him finish out the season.
Well, yeah, they're not going anywhere anyway. So.
Exactly. Well, they've got Wade Phillips in as their interim head coach now. I mean, if there's one thing that you should have learned from his days in Dallas is he's not a good head coach.
Well, and obviously wasn't a very good defensive coach this year either, because
No.
look where they were at.
No, I definitely I think they need to just clean house there.
Yeah,
So,
I'd agree with you. So, anyway, what's been up with you? Oh yeah, you are a couple games ahead of freaking Washington. That sucks. Anyway, so yeah, what's been up with you?
not much.
I mean, everybody obviously knows what's been up with you.
Everybody
It is
knows.
almost all the time.
That's right. So I'm gonna stick with the sports though, if that's all right.
Yeah, I
What do you
guess.
think about Jason Christ leaving the RSL?
I didn't know he was.
Yeah, Real Salt Lake. He's leaving the team.
To go to New York.
Going to New York.
I knew there was a hint that he might, but I didn't know if he. I don't know. There was rumors that if they won the championship again, then he'd stay. If they didn't, then he'd go.
Honestly, I think he jumped ship too soon. I think that he's been here for about 6 years. I can't remember how many of those are as a coach. I think 6 of them are as a coach. I think he's been here longer because he was a player for RSL. But yeah, he has. So he's been a coach for 6 years, and he's done an excellent job for the team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, nobody should have any complaints about him as a head coach. The only complaint I've got is the fact that he's jumping ship to go and head up another team. But can't blame the guy because his contract is up, and I'm sure that he's going to be making more money.
Oh yeah.
So, but I think we've got a good squad in place, and they're saying that by next week they hope to have an announcement on who the new head coach will be.
Cool.
So,
I didn't know that. How about them sucky Jazz?
how about them sucky Jazz? They're doing terrible this season.
Yes, they are.
I gotta say they need to pick it up because I don't know how long the Millers are going to support Tyrone Corbin if they don't pick it up.
I give it, if it continues in the trend it is right now, I give it to All-Star weekend and he'll be gone.
You think?
Yeah. if it even makes it that long.
So here's the question: do you think they'll reach out to Sloan since he's already on the squad as an advisor or whatever his role is? Think they'll reach back to him and say, hey, bring you back in as the head coach?
I don't know, because they're gonna honor him on 31st of January.
Yeah.
I don't think that Sloan wants to come back because he's had a couple different opportunities, and I think that he's just decided no.
I honestly, I think that if they did offer him the head coaching position, I bet he would.
You think so?
I think so. Even if it was just on a short-term basis, I think he would come back. So, I mean, like I said, they've already got him on staff as some sort of an advisor. So, I think they would bring him in. But it'll be interesting to see. We're going to the game on Saturday versus San Antonio. So,
Dude, if you win, you owe me your tickets.
all I gotta say is we're lucky that people give us free tickets. It's the only way we're able to go.
Yeah, but I can't even get an invite or nothing. Thanks a lot, Tiff.
Hey, we got those for babysitting.
That's right. See, we babysit.
Thanks a lot, Tiff.
See, we worked for those. She worked for those. She did, literally, because I ended up going to sleep because I had to work the next day.
Look, all I know is, like I said, if the Jazz win, who are they playing?
San Antonio.
Okay, never mind. Don't even bother with it. But if they do win, just by the off chance that they do win, you owe me your tickets. Just the stubs. That's all I care about.
Why is that?
I'm not telling you because then you won't want to give them up.
Well, just go ahead and tell me.
You get a free Big Mac at McDonald's if you take the ticket stub in.
Alright. I still don't care.
Okay, well I do. Not that it matters. I'm gonna get free food anyway. So that's really all I have in sports. Do you have anything that you want?
That's all you have altogether?
No, just for sports.
Oh, alright. Well, a couple things I got. Universal Studios has come out and said that they are still going to be working on Fast and Furious 7. Right now they've got the movie on hiatus since Paul Walker's death, but they are trying to make some revisions to the script and hopefully be able to save what they've already got shot so that they can send his character Brian off with some respect and hopefully continue doing the series. It sounds like they're possibly thinking about doing an 8th one before this happens, so they may still try and continue doing the series up through at least the next movie after. But they're hoping to get back to shooting in late January so that they can get that movie released. But like I say, that still all depends upon if they can make the revisions and make the story all still work with what they've got shot for his character. Another thing I wanted to talk about was right now all the shows that I'm watching are coming up to their mid-season finales. That really sucks. I hate mid-season finales. I wish that they could just keep on going with the seasons, with the episodes throughout the season, but I understand why they have the mid-season finales, because right now, here we are on the 11th of December, and so, I mean, obviously you're going to have holiday programming coming up, and that's going to interfere with the seasons. So, as much as I hate them, I understand them, but it really sucks, because, your season's cut in two. The good news is that most of the shows will be back, I think, the second week of January. So that's always nice. Other things that have been announced recently, Gal Gadot has been cast as Wonder Woman in the new Batman and Superman movie. They're casting a lot of characters for this movie, and I'm hoping that it turns out good, but just the more that they announced on it, I'm just thinking they should not even try to make it a sequel to the Man of Steel movie. I think they just need to turn it off to its own movie and not say, well, this is a sequel, because they're overloading it with heroes. It should just turn into some other movie. I know that they're getting ready to do the Justice League movie sometime here in the near future, and I know that that's why they're loading up on all these characters. Hopefully, you can hear my son in the background there. But hopefully what they're leading to right now are just cameos and maybe some short bit parts into the movie. But we'll see how that goes. Also, recently announced was X-Men Apocalypse, which is going to be a follow-up to X-Men Days of Future Past. X-Men Days of Future Past is coming out in 2014. I'm not sure if it's May or in the summertime, but that's coming out. And like I said, they've already announced Apocalypse, which is going to be the sequel to that movie. So X-Men is definitely going strong. That movie is going to be out in 2016, and they're going to use the young cast from X-Men First Class. So they're going to use that cast instead of the older cast. Whoa.
My bad.
All right. Anyway, so information on that movie is that Fox is actually looking to do more X-Men universe movies, meaning if you're a fan of the X-Men movies, or excuse me, the X-Men comic books, you know that there are tons of mutants around, and so Fox is looking to expand that universe, not only just from the current lineup of X-Men that they have, but expand to other X-Men. I know that there's a script for a comic called X-Force, and they're looking to turn that into a movie, and they've already got a script done for that. They're rebooting the Fantastic Four franchise, and they're looking to get into integrating both the Fantastic Four and X-Men into the same universe, kind of like what Marvel's doing with all their films and television series. And so Fox is going to take that and just really try and make those characters franchise players. Obviously, the X-Men movies, regardless if you think they're crappy or not, have done well at the box office, and I think they'll continue to do well, especially now that they've got Bryan Singer back into the fold to direct those. So, other than that, I think that's all that I've got here on my paper. So that's all I've got for right now,
All right.
as far as my news goes.
Okay, well, some entertainment news real quick. Linkin Park's going to have a new album next year.
I heard that, so kind of excited about that. I've been, on the first stuff that they had come out, I was a fan of a few songs, but their last couple of albums, man, I mean, just the whole album. I've been a fan of both of their albums, so really getting into that. Looking forward to seeing what Stone Temple Pilots does with Chester. So still haven't heard it. They had one song a while back, but I haven't heard anything else come out of that collaboration.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I like their new A Light That Never Comes. The new one with Steve Aoki or something like that. I don't know. But
Steve Aoki.
yeah, there you go. I don't know how to say it.
That dude's
I'm English.
that dude is all over the map too,
I
man.
know.
He's into everything. He's got his hands in it.
Well, when that song first came out, and I Googled his name because I was like, man, who is that? Like I've seen I saw some of the collaborations he did, and he's done things from Eminem, Nicki Minaj, Rihanna. I was like, holy crap, this dude's all over the place.
He is. So.
Anyways, that's all I have for entertainment news. 'Cause that's all that's really important to me. It's Linkin Park, man. So, anything else right now?
I gotta tell you, and I don't know if you've watched some of the latest episodes, but honestly, I think that you need to check out Lightning Bolt by Pearl Jam. Excellent CD. So if you have a chance,
isn't that one of their newer ones?
that's their newest one.
I think I've heard some of them.
You've heard Sirens if you
Yeah.
listen to X96.
Yeah, I just heard that on the way here.
But they have a ton of good songs on that record, and
That's
so I
Lightning Bolt.
highly recommend it to everybody. So.
Okay.
But other than that, I think it's, seriously, dude, seriously, we're on camera.
Edit it. That's all I get.
I can't edit it.
Guess what? Then everyone's
It's here.
here. I don't know. I'm not done yet.
Lowbrow comedy. Oh, we're not done yet. I'm just go ahead and keep on talking.
Oh, what? You clearing the area for a little bit?
Just for a second.
Anyway, so I was at work today. I was on my break, and I was reading this post on Facebook. And a 6-year-old kid has been suspended and put on his school record is
Being a sexual predator.
sexual harassment for kissing a girl on the hand, and she apparently was okay with it or whatever. But like some people, I do understand trying to uphold that, but at the same time, you got to be able to understand what sexual harassment is. Kids do stuff like this all the time, and I think it's ridiculous that the school did it. And I thought it was somewhere back east. Yeah, it was Colorado.
We're, the nation is just trying to become too sanitized. I mean, I do understand that you got to put limits on things, and so that things don't start spiraling out of control. But there are things that you can let go, and so. I don't know, I haven't read up on the post, but I did see it, and so I agree with you. I think that we just got to watch out what we're doing, and because it's going to be a slippery slope where there are just too many rules and regulations. And I mean, everybody thinks that we're a free country right now, but look at all the rules and regulations we got right now that are clamped down on us. Just think of what it's going to become.
Oh, yep.
So.
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about or haven't heard about it yet, I'll post the link on Facebook.
All right, we'll try and link up to it on the story so far. So.
I think I can just do it from my account anyway.
Not to the story so far, I don't think.
You took me off as an administrator?
No, I don't know that I ever had you. Try it. Anyway, try it if you can,
Okay.
then great.
On to the next thing.
But,
You're going to talk about your dad's book?
is that everything you got?
That's everything I got.
Alright, so yeah, I guess this is going to be it then. Down to our plugs and that. Where the Blacktop Ends. Constantly going to plug it. Written by John R. Mizell and Steve Stout. Look for it on Amazon.com. Look for it on BarnesandNoble.com. Alright, there you go.
That's right.
You can check it out on Facebook if you'd like. There is a page on Facebook for it, but not too many people do go to that. It's a great read. I mean, just check it out. It's not very long, so you're not gonna be into it for too long. If you read like I do, it would probably take you maybe 2 days to read it. Actually, I think for me, it only took me maybe 4 or 5 hours because I read it on one of my business trips. So, but it is a good book. It's about my dad's life growing up and through the Vietnam War. So it's definitely a good read. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to sit down and actually take some time and start getting it read to become an audio book. So that way, if you're not into reading, then you can possibly listen to it. Also, check out KJ Photography. She does great photos. Look her up on Facebook. If you're in the northern Utah area, she'd be more than happy to do your photo session for anything. So, other than that, I think that's all that I've got.
That's all I've got. I'll post that link. So.
Okay, sounds good. Well, this has been Aaron.
And Steven.
And we'll catch you next time.
Maybe.